Ezekiel Elliott's holdout has now reached a full week. Yesterday, Jerry Jones was asked if there's a deadline to get a deal done, and he said, quote, "I don't see a point." He added, "When have I not been able to get a deal done?" We're joined by Fox NFL analyst Greg Jennings. Greg, how long do you think it takes to get this deal done?
As long as it takes. No, it's for me, what Jerry said at the end of that quote, when has he not been able to get a deal done?
That's true.
It is very true. Like, especially when we're talking about important pieces of their puzzle, his stars, the ones who he knows represents that Dallas star more than anyone. And so I don't see this being a long problem. I think it's a process. I think what's making it longer than what Jerry would like is the fact that Ezekiel Elliott is not present or near to where we can have face-to-face conversation.
That is true.
Every time I've went and I've had a contract that was about to be up, I would go to Ted Thompson's office. We understood that there was going to be this back and forth.
And your agent was okay with this?
Absolutely. Okay. I trust my agent, but I also wanted my ownership and those in charge to know and see my posture, my disposition, and feel that. Like, I didn't want someone speaking for me. I knew that they were going to speak for me, but I wanted my message to be conveyed through my mouth, and then you guys do what you need to do. But what's interesting is Jerry Jones understands what he wants, and he wants to win. And in order to win, you need Ezekiel Elliott present. Now, the first 3 games of the season, Giants, Washington, Dolphins, some may look at those and say, you know what, they got those. Division games are never easy. And then you follow those 3 up, the Dolphins with New Orleans and then the Green Bay Packers.
Yep.
That is great when you get to that point if you have Ezekiel Elliott at a full-fledged level. But that's why you need him sooner rather than later. You got a new offensive coordinator. You're putting in new plays, new schemes. Like, the rapport and the chemistry needs to be there moving forward. And if I'm Jason Garrett and I know my job is potentially on the line,
it is.
I need all my pieces here.
Yep.
Can you please get him here now?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, my thing is, Skip, I would feel a lot better if Jerry felt like, okay, when have I not gotten it done? Why would he need to go scorched earth earlier in the week and says, you've seen that the NFL, that to win a league title, you don't need the league's leading rusher. Why would he go there? If he was so confident that he could get the deal done, why would he need to go scorched earth like that? You know, and Mike Freeman wrote a great article yesterday, like, he has execs around the league puzzled. Like, you know how your bread is buttered. Like I said, Greg, I used the analogy earlier. I said, well, you don't need flour to cook a steak, but you need flour to make biscuits. Well, if your offense is not centered around the running game, you don't need the league's leading rusher to win a title. But when you built your entire offense with 3 first-round draft picks at the offensive line and a number 4 overall pick at the running back position, you best believe you need that. Because if you had, you know, one of these other guys, say a Breeze or my homeboy Tom Brady, yeah, you probably don't. But since you don't even have a top 100 player playing quarterback, that's what the players have spoken. That's not me talking, Skip. I know you get upset at me when I talk, but the players spoke, and they say, no, you not 100. So you need Ezekiel Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott says, I know y'all need me, because did you see that list? Did you see where I ranked? And did you see where everybody else ranked? Give me my money.
So, back to your analogy of steak, as I told you earlier, I don't want a biscuit, I want the steak. I want lean, low-fat steak, but I want steak. You can eat all the biscuits you want to eat, but I don't need flour, I just want the steak. Yeah. Jerry Jones wants the steak. He will have the steak. Greg is on the right path here because when it comes to playing hardball, when it comes to playing the game of blink, as in who blinks first, I promise you Zeke will blink before Jerry. It's the way Zeke is built. He loves football. He loves to practice football. Emmitt Smith, back in his holdout days, he wasn't a big practice player. Didn't like it. Didn't particularly love playing football. He just loved Sunday and being a big star. Well, Zeke's different, built different, and it's going to be much harder as the days slowly pass in Cabo, and they're going to pass very slowly,
Ooh,
more
Cabo,
and more
yeah,
slowly.
good old time.
Yeah.
I heard they have a good time in Cabo, Skip. I heard there'd be a good old time in Cabo this time of the year.
They say there is a state-of-the-art workout facility there that he is living in, so he should come back, and he came back in better shape after his 6-game suspension than he was before that. So Jerry said yesterday he's good with that. He has no... he's not worried at all. Not 1 ounce of concern about Zeke missing reps and not coming back in shape. But the point I want to refer to the Mike Freeman piece in Bleacher Report that execs are completely puzzled around the league by why Jerry would poison the negotiations. You're playing hardball. You started it. Zeke was the one who decided to hold out and go to Cabo. In your face, Jerry. And so Jerry said, okay. Well, the point is we don't have to have a leading rusher to win the Super Bowl.
Jerry started it by not giving me my money. If you give me my money, break bread.
So do you want Jerry just to go ahead and give Zeke $16 million a year and then give Amari $22 million a year and then give Dak $40 million a year? Is that what you want? Because it's impossible.
It is impossible, but I don't think he's gonna have to. But I do think he's gonna have to pay Ezekiel Elliott, because if we're looking at that franchise and the importance of who ranks the highest on the level of importance, it's Ezekiel Elliott. We understand the value of Dak Prescott and the leadership qualities and the alpha male mentality. He has that. He possesses all of that. And I believe after this season, with the season that I think and believe Dak Prescott is going to have, which I believe he's going to have a really successful year this year.
So do I.
If the Dallas Cowboys wait, they will have created an even greater issue. So you must take care of Ezekiel Elliott. And for me, again, I go back to just that rapport. What owner do we know in our league that has the rapport with his players the way that Jerry Jones does?
Nobody better.
No, and so I mean,
Nobody.
I don't care who you are across the league. Players talk and they have conversation. We know how we were drafted. We know that this is a great issue. We're a young team, but we're all coming up at the same time. But the difference between the Dallas Cowboys and most other organizations is players don't have that opportunity to talk to the one in charge on a daily basis.
Yes.
These guys have immediate and instant all-day access to Jerry Jones.
Yep.
And he welcomes it. Like, it's not an uncomfortable elevator ride for these guys because Jerry Jones is reaching out and looking for them. And so when you have that type of rapport, you know, and I believe Ezekiel Elliott truly knows, they're going to pay me. But when I'm asking, it may be a stretch. It may be more than what they're willing to do because of what I've done. And so I think if somebody, to your point, is going to blink, it will be Ezekiel Elliott, but he won't have to blink really hard because they're going to come close to what he wants.
You know who's in all his glory right now? Jerry Jones. This is what he loves the most about owning and operating a football team. This is his personal Super Bowl. Does he want to win another real Super Bowl? Yes, he does. But right now, he's in all his glory because this is what he does best. Negotiate against the cap. Cap wizardry. Loopholes. How do I creatively beat the cap and keep all 3 players happy? He is the best at doing this because he's already established rapport with all 3 players. They basically deep down like Jerry. Do they like their money more? Yes, they do, as Shannon always says. But they also, they have some love that's been created for their owner, which helps mitigate the circumstance. It takes a little bit of the fire out of it. It doesn't become quite as personal because Jerry's a pretty good guy. Shannon
Jerry
knows.
made it personal with Zeke. Yeah, I mean, he's great to hang around. But he's made it personal with Zeke. Skip, there was no need for him to say, well, what we've seen throughout the league is that you don't need the league's leading rusher to win a title.
He just got stung after he fought for Zeke through all those off-the-field incidents. Then Zeke went to Cabo on him. That's no good.
What have you did all that?
Yeah, what did Jerry say yesterday? I have done this a lot more than these players have. He loves this. This is what he has lived for, these negotiations since 1989 when he bought the Cowboys. He is a veteran negotiator, and you have to have patience. You have to have what Jerry calls tolerance for ambiguity. You have to wait, and don't blink. And in the end, he's going to win his little personal Super Bowl by landing all 3 players to go win the Super Bowl.
And you've said that all along, Skip.
Yep.
This is his strength.
It's easier to wait in It's easier to wait in Cabo.
Oh,
It's easier to wait in Cabo.
It gets lonely
but
down
at
there.
some point, he's going to want to get back into the mix.
He's definitely going to want to get back.
Yep.
Greg, thank you so much for being with us today. Will LeBron turn back the clock this season? We'll discuss if that's even possible
I don't
next.
know.